Jai Shri Krishna to all. Welcome to Path to Anandam Gita series. Freedom from pains and miseries to happy, healthy, and peaceful life. Based upon 108 mantras to awaken your soul. And Srimad Bhagavad Gita. My question and God's answers. And today, series number 72. Hallmarks of true devotee. Hallmarks of beloved God's devotee. The most dear to God. So what are the hallmarks of that individual, that devotee? So thank you very much, Guruji, for your blessing, bringing us together. And whatever you see on this page, it's all his blessings. With his blessings, his guidance. I'm Satya Kalra, the founder of Path to Anandam, the blissful life, and your host, who has been following Swami Hariharji Maharaj's teachings, Bhagavad Gita, his guidance, his advice, that go and spread the message of Bhagavad Gita wherever you can. So with his blessings, the message has been delivered or is being delivered to many organizations, universities, institutions, one-to-one basis, to managements, universities, companies, and of course, on through YouTube channel. So we have been speaking about chapter 12, and today is the last verse of chapter 12. We have learned how to develop hallmarks of a true devotee. But today is a summary session. What are hallmarks of true devotee and how to develop these? In case you have missed it, this is just a reminder. And what are the benefits are we going to get? Become his dearest. And how to practice the homework. What do we need to do? And our sankalpa. I put my best efforts into becoming God's dearest. So these guidance, these teachings are taking us to put our best efforts and meditation and question and God's answers. So let's all pray together to Bhagwan Shri Krishna, like Arjun, who was confused. And we can relate to it. We get confused every moment, including this morning, whether it's the 8 o'clock, time saving time, ending, etc. So there are confusions every day. Some are small, some are big. But no matter what it is, if we are connected to Supreme Power, he always guides us, like he guided Arjuna. And the Arjuna, after going through difficult situation of his mental status, emotions, where he said, Na jotasyati gobindam. And then he says, Karishye vachanam tav, I will do as you advise. So let's all go through that blissful journey, starting by praying to him and seeking his guidance, very humbly and surrendering to him. Karpanye dosho pahte swabhava paschyami tvam dharma sammud cheta yachasaisyani nishchitam bruhitan me shishyaste ham shadimam tvam prapanyam. Shishyasteham shadimam tam prapanyam. My heart is overpowered by the weakness of pity. I have lost all my composure and my mind is confused about my duty, my dharma, what to do and what not to do. I am requesting you to tell me what is definitely good for me, not what am I asking, what is good for me. I am your disciple. I surrender to you. So please advise me. And then Lord Krishna blessed him, took him to the journey where he was very sad, confused. And here the focus is how he took him through love and devotion, through bhakti yoga. So Gita is infinite wisdom, which teaches us step by step spiritual. Actually, it is a spiritual manual that teaches us the practical form of bhakti yoga, how to practice bhakti and how to become his most dear devotee by developing divine qualities, virtues. And once we do that, we experience ultimate happiness, peace, Anandam, while living in this material world, Maya. And the purpose of life is achieved. God and self-realization, experiencing him, realizing my true nature, Chit Ananda. And this is all based on Swamiji's teachings, his quotations, which I summarize it here. So in Bhagavad Gita, about 700 verses, 24,447 words, 18 chapters, mainly 3 yogas, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, where Lord Krishna speaks 574 verses. And in Karma Yoga, from chapter 1 to 6, he tried to convince Arjun to do his duty, perform, get into this dharma yuddha. But Arjun still has many questions. So then the Bhakti Yoga, he tries to explain him through Bhakti Yoga, try to explain him who he is. He's all. He's the only one. And then chapter 12, which is the end of Bhakti Yoga. And we have gone through all that, and that's where Lord Krishna took step by step, removed his delusion, his worries, like we peel the onions, one layer at a time, and then get into the essence of onion, the sweet part of it. This is where Lord Krishna has taken Arjuna through all these teachings and taking him to the essence, where even he showed his divine roop, because Arjuna asked him. So Arjuna asked many questions, and that's where Lord Krishna is answering. So through Bhagavad Gita, all these miseries gets dissolved, all the questions get dissolved, and we experience, get the ultimate prasad. So we go from Vishad to prasad by purifying ourselves. The whole Bhagavad Gita does what? Purify me, remove all the confusions, and take me to ultimate freedom. So chapter 12, Bhakti Yoga, which is Swamiji said, this is the heart of Gita. This is the easiest, highest, and fastest way to experience the presence of God, realizing supreme power within us and in surroundings. So union with God through self-realization by developing virtues and divine qualities. And this requires many elements. And that's where it says ingredients of bhakti yoga. What is that? Selfless service, which is a karma yoga. But here it says with love and compassion, not just without that. It's just like a kheer without sugar. We do many things and not putting our heart into it. Here it says putting your heart into it. And do whatever you do, but let it go. Do it for me, for the benefit of all. Tyaga. And why? How you will get to there? By developing divine qualities, the virtues. So here it says union with God, self-realization by developing virtues and divine qualities. And I call this is now the 12th grade, 12th chapter, 12th grade. We're going to graduate today from high school. And God has prepared us all from here to go into the next level. So in summary, how to develop and practice true love, true bhakti yoga, and become God's dearest. Bhakti yoga. Bhakti has 9 forms, which Narad Bhakti, which we have studied before, which we have learned about it. And it's basically doing pranam is a bhakti, listening is a bhakti, listening to the good things is a bhakti, speaking good is the bhakti, seeing good is the bhakti, kirtan, doing the bhajan, kirtan, listening to bhajan, kirtan. Bhajan, kirtan doesn't mean that just the bhajans and kirtan, but it means good things and practicing those. So all those, and seva. So all these 9 forms of bhakti, basically it is use a different terminology, but this is what karma yoga, bhakti yoga, and jnana yoga is all. And here it gives the summary all from chapter 12 to 13 to 19 and 20. So just for refreshing our memory, Adveshta sarvabhutanam mitra karune vicha nirmamo nirhankara samdukha sukha shami santushta satatam yogi yatatman dranishya mayarpit mano buddhir madbhakta same priya yasmano vijite joko yasmano dvijite loko loko na dvijite chaya हर्षा मर्ष भई द्वे गई मुक्तो यह सच में प्रिया अनिपेक्षा सुचिर दक्षी उदासीनो गतव्रता सर्वारंभ परित्यागी यो मद भक्ता समय प्रिया यो न हर्षति न द्वेषति न सोचति न कांक्षति शुभाशुभ परित्यागी भक्ति माने समय प्रिया समशत्रो च मित्रे च तथा मान अपमान्यो शीतोषण सुख दुखा समासंग विवर्जिता तुल्य निंदा स्थितिर्मौनी संतुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतः स्थिरमति भक्ति मान में प्रियो नरा. So he explains, see how many times he says yo mad bhakta samay priya 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 priya. So he is assuring us one by one that anything we practice from here, we become his dearest. But in the last verse of this chapter, he says, Ye tu dharma amrit midam yathoktam parupaste shraddha dhanam mat parma bhaktasteti me priya. But those devotees who set me as the supreme goal and follow faithfully with Shraddha, here says Shraddha Dhana, Mat Parma, goal for me with faith. Mention nectar of the above, all the qualities of moral values for at least put their best effort to develop these. In other words, even if you try only one very faithfully. You become very dear to me. What, in other words, any one of this we practice. Suppose we practice Advaita, trying to eliminate our ego, being more humble, or become a more content. All this, once we do this, rest of them get burned out or dissolve. So basically changing the direction of our life. Sama shatrocha mitracha. If we consider everybody our friend, because we all came from the same source. Supreme power is our father, mother. We are all siblings. We are all his atmas. We are the ansh of his. He is the sarva bija givam. So, and it says Vasudev Sarvamiti. Then it says, Ye tu dharme amrat midam yathoktam parupas. It's my favorite verse. This is, you become the dearest of me. So what are the hallmarks of true devotee? And actually, true devotee, pure devotee, it has come many times before. In Karma Yoga, it is called Karma Yoga. Then it is called Muni, who has these hallmarks. Then enlightened person. Then sannyasi. At one time, it's called Tattva Darshavi. Sthit Pragya, equanimous person. So these are all the different names, but the qualities are all summarized here. And these are the 39 qualities which Lord Krishna talks about. But actually, in chapter 16, again, they were summarized in a different way in 26 qualities, virtues. In fact, that chapter's name is based on Devi Sampad. And in fact, it says Devi Sampad Vimokshai. In other words, when we develop these qualities, we are liberated from all the miseries. So here it says, one who does not hate and jealous, means this is the hallmark. Who becomes his dearest? Who has these hallmarks? So what are those hallmarks? Who does not hate and jealous, friendly and compassionate to all, free from ego, I-ness and my-ness, me, and mine, even-minded, equanimous, and even-minded in sorrow and pleasures. Our whole sash, these series are freedom from miseries and pains, and attain the eternal happiness, not just the worldly temporary happiness. Who forgives, Shama. In the previous one of the verses, Shama, Santushta, content, serene, fearless, Abhay, desireless, pure and clean, Suchir Dakshi, impartial, Sama, Shatrocha Mitrecha, calm, humble, who has the goal of attaining him, going to Param Dham, experiencing ultimate peace in life. That is another name for God. So Param Shanti is one of the hallmark, and that is the eternal happiness. We know that that when we feel really peace, we feel very happy, we feel like nothing else matters at that time. And that's what Lord Krishna is mentioning here, that set the goal. Once you set that goal, you become very dear to me, who is very loyal. So here are some examples, I put it here. We all can relate to Hanumanji and Ram, Bhagwanji. Hanumanji become his dearest. Mirabai become Krishnamai. Prabhudanandji. Here, he is the founder of ISKCON, Prabhupada ji. Dhruv, Prahlad. All these are good examples which we could relate. And there are many now, there are so many in our life, we see them. But ultimately, what is the biggest hallmark? Who shares the love. So who is the most dearest to God? Who share the love. And that's why the love is another name of God. So practice even single one of them. So again, devotion in practice. Here I put the heart. I just purposely created this heart with this card. And again, ye tu dharme amrat midam yathoktam parupaste shraddha danam mat parma bhaktas teti me priya. Teti means the most dear to me, extremely dear to me. The devotee who set me their supreme goal and follow faithfully with shraddha. The above mentioned qualities, develop those hallmarks. He calls them, these divine qualities, nectar, amrit. Then that becomes very dear to me. So the message here is very clear that in order to become God's favorite, I call it God's favorite, God's dearest friend, in any form we could relate with him, we must put our best effort into realizing him. And he says, who does that? He's extremely dear to me. So love is the only bond that keeps people, society, nation, and all work together. So it's not that we become dear to God. We build the strongest relationship with others if we know what they want, what are their likes are, and we try to meet those, try to fulfill it. Then we have a good relationships. So try to empathize, try to understand other people's needs, and also match those needs with our needs, not with wants. And then we can create a good relationship in our family, in the society, in the nations, and in the world. So then there won't be any wars that this is my territory, this is my religion, because we all came from one source. We are all one. The whole universe is based upon love and compassion, that oneness. And that's where Satya Sai Baba always says, love all, serve all. So in order for us to become God's dearest, all is in our hands. So what are the benefits? We improve our relationship, as I mentioned, purity. We become more pure, which is called self-purification. We become dear to God, experience the divinity within us. That's we become dear to God. And then ultimately experience health, happiness, and peace. Think about when we are happy, we don't have any headaches, we don't have worries, we could sleep at night properly. And that's where that peace is the unity. That's what the Chit Ananda is. So by practicing and applying 39 qualities, you will not only become God's beloved, but also improve relationship with others and have a happy, healthy, and peaceful life. And as it says, not 39, even a single one. So love and devotion takes us to self-purification, develop divine qualities, and become dear to God and realize, experience his presence and our true nature. I am Chit Ananda. So practicing very quick. We have gone through this. So there is not much we are practicing here. We have already seen that. In the morning to evening, we live in love. We spend our day in love and end our day with love. So live in his consciousness. Practice, practice, practice with love and compassion, with shraddha, with bhakti, and develop divine qualities. And then Just let go. Sarva dharman paritajye mamekam sharanam braj. Aham tvam sarpapebhyo mokshashyami ma. So then we can ultimately experience going beyond this birth and death. Mrityu sansar. This is the mrityu sansar where every second somebody is dying and somebody is getting born. So this is the birth again, going beyond birth and death by Shraddha, by surrendering, by developing divine qualities, living in his consciousness. So our homework is be aware and ask yourself or ask myself. So self-inquiry, Swadhyaya Abhyasanam. And what is that? Live in self-awareness. Do I have that goal? Do I live in that consciousness? Am I in mindfulness of sharing my love and compassion with others? Is Vasudev Sarvam Iti for me? Is everything is God for me? I am just a small, less than a bubble in this universe. It's all him, his will. We are just a small player in this whole universe, in this drama, in this big play. So just go with love and compassion. And here it says, it's very simple. Anger and hate dig holes. Love and compassion and kindness moves mountains. So be the one to move the mountains and develop as many virtues, divine qualities, hallmarks as you can. And once you are on that path, you start going through it and you will start enjoying it. Okay, one is off now or one is less now. Let me work on other things. And you will continue. Something will come in front of you and it will remind you that what you have to work on it. So pay attention to it. When we work on developing one quality or one hallmark, something else will pop up and it will remind us now you have to work on this one. So God will help us because God loves us, because he knows we are trying our best. So self-inquiry is the only path for self-improvement and reach higher, become gunatit. So practice the true form of bhakti, become virtuous and become God's dearest devotee. So we have done through many sankalpas through this chapter. I have full faith in God. I live in God's consciousness. I renounce tyaga. You might remember that verse. Just before this 13 verse, the verse 12. Shreyo hi jnana abhyasa, jnana dhyanam vishishyate, dhyanat karm phalas tyaga, tyaga shanti anantaram. And we took the sankalpa in session 68. I renounce, I do tyaga. I am virtuous. This virtuous is coming from chapter, from 12, verse 13, and now up to 20. So I am virtuous. I develop divine qualities. I am God's dearest. That's what our sankalpa is. Because bhakti yoga, the heart of Gita, is the easiest, highest, and fastest way to realize God. So let's have the final sankalpa for this series for bhakti yoga. Again, I develop divine qualities, hallmarks, because I will experience divinity. So our sankalpa is not just for the worldly things. Worldly goals, we need to have them. We should not live aimlessly, but we should live with the divine sankalpa. And once we do that, then little by little, the fruits will flourish, because it says, Shanai Shanai Uppar Med Buddhya Buddhi Grahita Atma Santam Atma Sanyatam Mana kratvana kinchidapi chintayet. So Atma Sanyam is very, very important. Controlling our mind, controlling mind is very difficult. So we have to focus on God. That's why we do meditation. And then once we put that seed, little by little, it bears the flowers and fruits where we are ready to share with others with the teachings of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So thank you very much. How to become God's beloved by developing virtues, the most dearest. And go beyond pains and miseries and experience ultimate happiness, healthy life, peaceful life. So let's all consider that we have been graduated today from high school, which Lord Krishna has prepared us now going into college. And from next session, that's what we will do. But today, I really want to thank you, everybody, for being with us and learning, speaking, discussing about who we are, how to develop our hallmarks, our virtues, divine qualities, and experience and become the true devotee.